Hello and welcome back to Mrs. Palm. My name is Scarlett Pomatep and I'm a licensed speech language pathologist. I recently quit my home daycare business, went back to school, got my master's degree to be a speech therapist, and have since finished my degree and started my own private practice. So, if you are here, I'm so thankful that you're tuning in today. And if you could give this video a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel if anything childcare, speech therapy, stuff like that relates to you, please subscribe to my channel and help it grow. Leave me a comment what your favorite thing about speech therapy is, and we can help this channel grow together. So the topic of today's video is all about finding clients. So when I first started my private practice, I actually am running it out of my home. I'm in my office right now. And I knew from the beginning that I was going to run a private practice or work in private practice. After owning a daycare for 5 years, I just like working for myself. I don't like, doing the time clock. I just don't like the micromanaging. I've always been that type of person who wants to be independent and work for myself. So if you are somebody like that, this is a great video for you. If you're just starting out, I've already kind of been there and I've been pretty successful with it. So let's get started. All right, so maybe you're wondering, where am I going to find these people? Maybe you live in a really big city, or maybe you live in a small town. I live in a really small town, and for me, word of mouth has been hugely successful. Also, if you live in Florida, there's this really cool thing, thanks to our governor, Ron DeSantis. We have something called the PEP Scholarship. We also have something called Unique Abilities Scholarship. So it has opened up opportunities for homeschool students to be able to get speech therapy services, and they don't have to use their insurance. They don't have to send their kid to a public school. They can actually use their Unique Abilities funds for private one-on-one direct speech therapy consultation, speech therapy throughout the week. So it's really been a game changer for me as an individual. I will say 90% of my income is from students who have unique abilities scholarship. I also do reading therapy. So I can provide reading therapy to PEP or PEP students, and they just pay me directly through the scholarship with their funds. It goes right into my bank account. It's a beautiful process. So if you know anyone who's homeschool, or if you know any, there's plenty of groups you could add yourself to, or seek out homeschool groups, co-ops, things like that, and then just put your information out there. I would say start a Facebook page. If you don't have the funds to start a website, you can start a Facebook page. If you've watched my other video, I think you should have a website. It's not very expensive, but if you just don't have the headspace to create one, just start a Facebook page. You have a landing spot where you can send people, set it up, put some pictures up there, kind of be active on there. But when you're promoting yourself on Facebook, you can do free advertisement. And what I mean by free advertisement is going to those groups, going to elementary school groups, going to homeschool groups, mom groups, things like that, and just blasting yourself, introducing yourself on there. Hey, put your picture. Maybe put a picture of you holding up, one of your speech therapy manipulatives, and then just do a little bio, who you are and what you do and why you're passionate about it. Another really good way to self promote, because it's all about self promotion. If you're going to do free advertisement, this is it. Record yourself in a little video and introduce yourself like that. There are mommy groups, there are park playdate groups, there's all kinds of stuff on Facebook, and people are looking. So you could maybe you live in a nice neighborhood and people have forums on Facebook looking for blah, blah, blah. Anyone know where I can find a good speech therapist? You can type in the search bar on Facebook and type in speech therapist, and you may be able to see who is looking for a speech therapist. And then you can tag yourself and comment and message that person. So that is a really good way to get yourself out there without having to pay for ads on Facebook, or, do a newspaper ad or anything like that. It's totally free. no cost to you. So it's really great to utilize that. Another way is tell people that you know what you do. You have to be a walking, talking SLP advertisement. So maybe you have a shirt, maybe you're going out in public, you're going to the park that says speech therapy. I know us SLPs, we love a cute speech pathology shirt. So, just make sure people know what you do. Maybe you go to a church and you volunteer your time in the kids' ministry. Okay. Make sure these parents know what you do. Wear a name tag that says your name, SLP. Wear a shirt that says I'm a speech therapist, something like that. They get people's attention. It doesn't have to be gaudy or, crazy and out there. So that's a really good way. I have used word of mouth, and I will tell you, it is the best advertisement you can find. Once you have one client, you may be going to their house, or you may be meeting them somewhere at a library. I don't know. Maybe you don't have a space yet, but all you need is that one client to start. And once you have them, people who enjoy what you've been doing and they see progress with their child, they're going to recommend. And what you can do is say, hey, if you know anybody else who's looking for therapy, I'm growing my business, I would give you, a free session, or I will give you a percentage off, something like that, for any referrals that you send my way. I would really appreciate it. If you could share on Facebook, about how I've helped your child, I would really appreciate it. I'm really trying to grow my business. So that word of mouth really catches on, and it's just like a snowball effect. May not start, you may not get 30 clients the next day, but start building slow. You want quality over quantity. Okay. Quality over quantity. All right. So let's see where else I am in my notes. Okay. All right. Okay. So word of mouth, local networking. Okay. So a Rotary Club. Let's see, any like Key Club, any other kind of clubs you can find. I'm a part of this airway. I don't know. It's like a group of people who are airway centered. There are SLPs, there are dentists, there are chiropractors, there are physical therapists, there are play therapists, all kinds of therapists that work, and pediatricians, ENTs in this group, that just by talking about what I do to my child's dentist, who is airway centered, we have found something that we connect on, that we agree on, and there is now a network of people. And we meet quarterly, and we all share about what we do. We're all passionate about everything, childcare, airway, tongue ties, things like that. Find a group and connect. Networking is huge because you're going to be getting referrals from quality clinicians, quality doctors who are going to say, look, I know Scarlett is great with kids. I've met her. I've spoke with her. I know she's passionate about it. I feel her heart comes through, and she's going to give you quality time with your child. She's going to be the best therapist for you. You really should call her. Okay. That is worth $1 million right there. That heartfelt little 1-minute speech I just gave you about Scarlett Pomatep, why you should use her, people are going to appreciate that and trust that over a random Facebook ad. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so networking, huge. If you have, again, going back to Facebook, I'm not huge on Facebook, but I do know how to put myself out there. If you have like in a small town community news page, put yourself on there. Okay. Put a great picture of you in front of your house, or maybe with one of your students who's graduated, if they want you to do that. Maybe it's you and your kid and you're doing pretend, you just get a little cute snapshot, and then post your bio about you, and something like that. Reach out to me. Here's my Facebook page. Boom. All right. And people will be contacting you. Okay. So you've got your Facebook, you've got word of mouth, and you've got networking. Okay. Those are ways that I have used and successfully gotten new clients. Okay. All right. And other people that you work with, other SLPs, maybe they have a full caseload, but they're like, hey, this person works really good with clients with ASD, or this therapist is really good at reading, or this therapist is great with stuttering, because I'm not the greatest at stuttering. I think I've had one stuttering client. So I might refer, if a child is specifically only needing stuttering therapy, then I might say, look, I would love to treat your child, but I think this kid would do really well with my friend so and so. So share, with your friends. Okay. You could also go um, maybe to some rock gym clubs, some like mommy and me, like gym memberships. Put a little poster about yourself. I mean, that's marketing a little bit paid. You have to print something, put your cards out, just, where people are going to see it. Okay. Well, I think that's all the time I have for how I got my first clients and, just ways to self promote without costing you a bunch of money. If you want more information about, how many clients I started with, what systems I use, how I do my note taking, anything like that, I'm happy to share. So if you like this video, again, please give it a thumbs up, comment any questions you may still have. Like, Scarlett, you told me this, but you didn't tell me that. Now I want to know about this. And where I'm, any questions like that, how to get on the scholarship website as a vendor, how to get on Unique Abilities or Step Up. I think you guys, if you're in Florida, you're missing out if you're not on there as a provider and a clinician. And just telling other students about it, because it's super, super helpful for families out there. All right. So again, thumbs up, subscribe, like, do all the things. And thank you so much for watching. And I can't wait to see you next time. Bye.